In this video, we'll show many different ways to select columns and also many different ways to sort the entries of the columns. Here I want to show you how to select a subset of columns from a data frame. I'll first do library read Excel and then read an Excel file. Then we'll work on it. So the file that I'm going to read is data.xls and I'm going to read the first sheet. So sheet equals 1. To use the command read Excel, you need to run library read Excel as well as library tidyverse. So first do library tidyverse and then do read Excel, and then you can run x equals this, and if you type x it will show you the table. It's a data frame that we used for previous filter and other comments, and here you have first, last, address, ct, state, zip and updated. So let's clear the screen, and I'm going to first do select a few columns. So to do that, the command is select. The command select, and let's say I want to select the first name and last name, those two columns. So select first and last, and that gives me only those subset of columns, first and last. It's kind of like creating a separate spreadsheet where you select two columns from the original spreadsheet and paste in the new spreadsheet. But one difference is here, when I do x% select first and last, I did not really save it in a separate spreadsheet. This is just the select part. If I want to save it, I have to do y equals this. So y is a new data frame with those first and last columns. X remains unchanged. So x will have the same data that you have before. So remember, if you run select command like this, the data frame doesn't change, only the output is shown on the screen. Another way of running select is to use a minus option, which means select everything except the column that you don't want to. So if you do select minus last and minus first, that means everything from X will be selected except first and last. So you have address, city, state, zip, and updated. Let me discuss some of the more interesting commands with select. So sometimes you have a number of columns with the same text as the starting or ending pattern. So for example, let's say you have these scores of different students in English exam and math exam, but there is English 1, English 2, English 3, and then math 1, math 2, math 3. You want to select all of the English columns. So there is options called start with or end with. And here let's take a look at X. I have first and last both end with ST. So I'm going to write a select command, and there I'll do select percent greater percent select, and then ends with ST. It's going to again choose the first and last columns, but with a little bit different select function. And you can also do starts with, or you can also do matches. So do select and then matches dot s dot. And this time what it's doing is it matches all columns which have S in it. So first, last, and address. There are plenty of other options. So this is using a thing called regular expression, which we'll cover in a later video. In Excel or any other spreadsheet program, you can sort the data based on a certain column. You can do the same in R, and it's actually quite easy. So let's say you have this data frame X and you want to sort everything based on the zip code. So the command is X %, arrange, and then the column you are sorting with. So arrange zip, and you can see that it's showing the smallest zip codes on the top. Now this file has 500 numbers, so you see only these entries. You see only 10 columns or 10 rows, but if you type %, as data frame, it will print the entire file. So here you have all 450 entries, and I'm showing the last part where you can see that they are sorted based on the zip code. Similarly, you can do arrange based on the first name, and what you get is all names starting with A, Abigail, and then Adam showing up. You can similarly sort with the last name, and you get Abraham, Alan, and all those things. Now it's all sorted based on the last name column. Sometimes you may want to sort in the reverse order or in the decreasing order. To do that, you start with X and then %, arrange. Let's say I want to sort in reverse order of the last name. You do DESC, descending, and then last. And now you see the first entry starts with Y, and then you have all these W's, Wrights, and Wilson, and then you have other entries.